What's going on, party people? My name is Solomon. I am an artist, and thus I go by Solomon the Artiste. This video here is something completely new for me. The setup is different. I don't even know if I'm doing this right or wrong. I don't know what the trick is with the cameras and all that good stuff. But today I decided I am going to try a mukbang. Because why not? You know, I think at this point everyone is a fan of Bloveslife. And I literally just found her, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, or however long ago it was that I started. If you look back at my channel, first of all, if you're already subscribed, then you probably are aware of my 21-day water fast journey. And that was actually how I came across Bloveslife. First of all, let me actually just show you what I'm eating. So I know usually people have these large, overtly ridiculous amounts of food. So I have here just a little bit of, some fried plantain, I'm mad Jamaican, and some scrambled egg with some scallion and whatnot. And a big old plate of cantaloupe. I think this is the whole cantaloupe, or this is half a cantaloupe actually. And then again, mad Jamaican, even though I'm eating cantaloupe, I got a big old cup of tea. But I'm not dishing any tea. I'm not a drama channel by any means. And I don't know, I'll see how I feel. So this is basically brunch. Let's say that, I just moved to LA. Brunch is like really a thing out here. And I'm just sort of, playing along, so to speak. So, oh, there's some garlic in my eggs as well. So I did my 21-day water fast, and it's funny, before I did the fast, I did not understand the concept of mukbangs. I tried to watch some, but Bloves's mukbang never actually appeared. I think the ones that appeared for me were from some Asian dude, I believe, which makes sense for obvious reasons, but originally, okay, I didn't understand the concept because I was like, why would someone just sit in front of a camera and eat, and even if they're gonna eat and converse, you're sitting, having food and conversing into the camera, which doesn't sound so crazy considering that I understand the concept of looking in the camera and just speaking, but for some reason adding food in my mind just seemed what is this life, And so, yeah, I didn't get it. But while I was on my water fast, I found it oddly soothing to watch food on YouTube, to watch other people make food. There's a channel, I think it's called Quang Tran or something to that effect. I forget exactly. Y'all know I don't really love to do the edits and whatnot. I like to just do one video straight through and done. But if I remember, I'll actually input his actual name. I'm pretty sure it's Quang Tran or something like that. He's a really popular dude. I think he's from Vietnam, or his girlfriend's from Vietnam, if I remember correctly. And he loves fried chicken, and so he's constantly making some kind of fried chicken recipe and yada yada yada. But he makes his food and he eats it, and it's you could tell he really enjoys his food, and it was like living vicariously through him when I couldn't eat because I was living on distilled water, And so I'm doing more talking than eating. I'm sorry, I'm still figuring out this whole mukbang thing. And so I was watching his videos, and I'd come across other videos. I think because I was watching him and his fried chicken videos, I came across Bloves's video where I think she was doing a Popeyes mukbang. And so in watching her video, I just really learned to enjoy it. It's I think because I was so hungry during my fast, it's you just get all this clarity of mind when you're fasting. Your body just goes into healing mode, and you just get this intense form of wisdom and whatnot. And I am a Christian, so you know, all of that worked together for me. And I just got it. I was like, I get this. It makes so much sense, you know? And so, excuse me. And so I got it. Now, from there on, even after I finished my fast, I actually enjoyed watching the mukbangs, particularly Beloved's mukbangs, because I feel like she's far more entertaining. You know, she's, and she just seems genuine, you know. Obviously, I never met her. Hopefully one day I will. She seems like a really fun lady, a really sweet and polite lady, and I believe that she will eat me under the table. Like, I just cannot keep up. I mean, y'all see the plate of food I made for myself, as big and tall as I am. I'm 6'2", but you know, it is what it is. I admit I do kind of like this though. It's different to sit and eat and talk as opposed to just talking, you know. But yeah, either way, Beloved, if you happen to see this, I adore you. You're awesome. You're amazing in every way. I don't know if y'all like this. If this becomes a thing, I wouldn't mind doing it more often. I am transitioning into a vegan lifestyle though, as I eat my eggs. But I was looking and I see that there is a vegan world for mukbangs. It seems like it's more vegan junk food, which I wouldn't do because I'm actually looking to be more plant-based for the sake of health and all that good stuff, and vocals, and that's a whole story on its own. But let me actually eat some of this egg with my fried plantain. And for y'all out there, it is not fried plantains. I don't care who you are, where you're from. It's fried plantain, alright? Fried plantain. Now better come out my house about say fried plantain. It's fried plantain, you hear me? I don't know what that was, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, I'm mad Jamaican and what? You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So, in a couple of days I will have officially been out here for a full month. Actually, I forgot, August 1st, I should have done something, but it slipped my mind. I think I had an audition that day or something. But August 1st made 1 full year that my album, Arbitrary Revolutionary Trophy, was, you know, released. And if you haven't listened to it, you should definitely go and listen to it. I always describe that album as, it's a passion project, and it's a 90s album that just happened to be released in 2018. That's the way that I describe it. Arbitrary Revolutionary Trophy, aka ART. And it's on all streaming services. There are 10 beautiful songs on there. They are all 90s based and influenced. More so based in the sense that they're not, you know, I'm not trying to cut anybody or whatever, but it's not like, say, what's that song from that dude, Tory Lanez, If You Love Me, I think he sampled, you know, Brownstone. That's a 90s influence song because it's a sample. All of my music is straight up original, but clearly, like, I feel like you would hear songs and think like, did I miss this in the 90s? But, you know, I mean, I know I'm talking about my own music or whatever, but this is what people have said. And so that was my intention. People got it, and I believe you will too if you give it a try. I was thinking, this is so, I think it'd be too much, but I considered doing a reaction video to my album because things sound different. I was listening to it actually like a couple of days ago. Excuse me. I was listening to it a couple of days ago, and even though I'm the one that did everything on the album, I wrote it, produced it, recorded it, engineered it, mixed it, mastered it, you know, everything is literally me. Like, I am the sole creator on that album. I had absolutely no help, and I wanted it that way intentionally. But I was listening to it and I was just like, I didn't even realize that that was there. I didn't realize I put that there. I didn't realize that, you know, these things sync up, which wasn't intentional. And I was just like, damn, that's freaking amazing, you know, because it was almost as if it felt like I was listening to my own album for the first time, which is amazing, you know. It's an amazing feeling. Like, I feel so accomplished. And yeah, and I'm proud of it. I feel like everyone has received the album, but I think it might have been, at the same time, I think the album might have been too specific for some people, you know. It's not like, say, there's a difference between, you know, being an artist who loves the 90s versus being an artist who appreciates the 90s, you know. Why are we blinking? I've got plenty of time. Oh, I know why. It's telling me that we're about to cut into another segment, so to speak. You know how memory cards are. They hold but so much time. In any case, I know y'all must be thinking, is he really drinking tea and about to eat some cantaloupe? Not about to, I am. And what? It almost looks like salmon on the camera. But I told y'all it's brunch. Come on, that's what they do. Either way, I'm trying to figure out what my next step is. I'm realizing that I truly have a wanderlust spirit, you know. I thought I just needed a break from New York, which I did, but I don't think I wanted to go somewhere. I don't think I needed to go somewhere and be still again, which is what I am here. I think things are a lot more different here in the sense that I get a lot more opportunities here in LA. And I'm appreciated a lot more for my craft here in LA, which is ironic because LA is really that place where you got to be skinny, you got to be muscular, you got to be pretty and all that stuff. You know, I'm fortunate enough where some people think I'm handsome, so I appreciate that. I'm still working on that myself, I'm not gonna lie. You know, as grown as I am, I still got some issues here and there I gotta work through, some of which stem from childhood, but it is what it is. But I'm also looking into being more healthy, into working out, into getting muscular and all that good stuff, you know. It's weird, it's like I have so many people that hit me up saying, yo, you're dope, let's work. And I'm like, yeah, sure, absolutely. I want to collab with people, I want to be creative with other artists. And then when you're like, okay, cool, this is my availability, let's do something, they ghost you or they become flaky and all that stuff. So I realized that's just everywhere. I thought it was just a New York thing. It sure as hell ain't. But it is what it is. So I figure if people reach out, I'll respond. If they keep up their end, then I'll keep up my end. But I'm not gonna stress myself, you know? I'm just gonna do the things I need to do for myself, which is why I'm doing this. You know, I wanted to try something new. I wanted to try mukbang. I know you guys should be able to see the food as I'm eating it, but I'm still figuring, you know, this is literally my first mukbang. Don't judge me, I'm figuring it out. Either way, I just finished my egg. I should have made 2 eggs. I only needed 1 egg. But yeah, I was thinking about actually cooking, but trying out recipes from YouTubers, you know? Like, I feel like, and again, part of that has to do with Be Love, because everyone's making the Be Love sauce. I haven't made that yet myself. I'm on a budget, you know, I'm out here. Like, y'all know I just moved myself to LA. I just replanted myself, transplanted myself from New York, and I'm doing what I gotta do to survive, you know. I apologize if the background is weird. It's just that I live with my cousin, and the apartment is set up in such a way where basically I wanted to have natural daylight. I didn't want to use the ring light. I like this better. But where I'm at, the part of the house that I'm in, where the most windows are at, is sort of her side of the apartment, and I don't want to like showcase her personal space. So I had no choice but to do it. Behind here is my space, which is why we have this curtain here, but not that I didn't want to show my space, but it's just I wanted natural light, and I just wanted to have the background be solid-esque. So yeah, either way. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. Did y'all watch Orange is the New Black? I don't know how I feel. It's funny, like throughout the whole last season, like I binged it, as I'm sure most people did. But I was like wondering, like, what happened to this person? Where's that person? Where's her? Where's she? Where's, you know, what's happening? Where, hello? And so I was happy that those questions were answered at the end. You know, I mean, you can't expect for there to be a happy ending in a show, regardless whether or not it's a, you know, we understand it's a show about women in jail, in prison, but it's like, I don't even know where I was going with this. I guess I'm happy that Tasty didn't end up committing suicide. I completely would have understood why she would have done that. I knew there was no way that she was gonna do that, though. I knew that something was gonna happen to pull her through, but I didn't think that the other woman, I forget her name. I don't know these characters by heart. I don't know them by name, I know them by face. You know, like Crazy Christian and whatnot. She's the one I'm speaking of. I forget her. Oh, what is her name? Tiffany, I think her name was on the show. I think the one who was dyslexic, basically. Her. I didn't see it coming that she would be the sacrifice for Tasty. Y'all understand what I mean when I say that. Because honestly, when she asked about the, if you haven't watched Orange is the New Black yet, spoiler alert, you know, I'll tell you where to skip to when I finish speaking. Or if you're like me and you don't care and you'll watch regardless of what people say, I'm right there with you. But when she got caught up in the coke in the laundry room, I thought that was just going to be her going back to her old ways, you know, of being destructive. And so I didn't expect for her to die, you know. There were so many deaths this season. I mean, I guess they had to go out with a bang, you know, no pun intended. But yeah, in any case, I'm trying to think. I'm definitely working on new music. I'm actually accidentally working on a musical, like creating a musical. And oh, obviously I'm eating my big old thing of cantaloupe now. I finished my fried plantain and scrambled eggs. I think I said it already before, in case I didn't. You know, my scrambled eggs was scrambled with scallions and garlic and salt and pepper, regular stuff. But yeah, I'm working on a musical. It was originally supposed to be an album, but it's just extended itself into something else. me and the producer have just it just happened, and why fight it? You know, art is art. But with that in mind, it kind of gives me the freedom to prepare my next album. I think I'm just going to do a small EP though. I have it in mind what I'm going to do. I think I have the 5 or 6 songs I'm going to put on that EP. And yeah. I don't know if this has been blocking my face the whole time. My apologies. But see, and I'm doing it again. I don't mean to. It's like I legit feel like I'm sitting at some fancy hotel restaurant, just kicking the sugar honey iced tea, you know, with my homies, because we fancy and we brunch. I do really like that new Ariana Grande song though. I don't think I've ever heard an Ariana Grande song that I didn't like per se. That's a lie. I don't love every single song on all of her albums. There are some songs I skip, but in respect to the songs that are released, she's got a pretty good ear for what should be released. Because there have definitely been some artists who have released songs from their albums that should have stayed on the B-side. You know. But I also understand as an artist, when you're like passionate about a track, you know, when you're obsessed with a song, you know, you fight for it. So I get it. Am I the only one who keeps a spoon in their teacup? Like, I like to stir my tea as I'm drinking. Like, I want to make sure that it's all tasty. I want a little bit of taste. I want a little taste of sugar in every sip. You know, I drink milk in my tea. I want a little taste of milk. If I'm gonna sing, I don't drink milk in my tea, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. Yo, this video is going to be hell to upload though. I don't know if it's my I don't know if it's my my Wi-Fi out here, or rather my cousin's Wi-Fi. But we'll see. I've never recorded this long, so we'll see what happens. If the camera, like, if the memory card like shuts down on me, then we'll see. Or maybe I should just cut this where it is, because where are we at? 24 minutes. This is pretty long. I thought I would have said a lot more stuff in this time. Ooh, excuse me. Which is why I understand now why B Love's videos are usually as long as they are. It's weird. It's like, I'm not a drama channel. I don't even keep up with like pop culture like that, you know. I just like to create art. I like to sing. I like to dance. I like to act. I like to write, you know. And I'd rather sit and just talk with other artists about, you know, our plans, our creations, our, you know, what are we preparing to do and stuff like that. Which is why I talk about the things I talk about when I do my videos. Which is probably also why not many people keep up with my videos, because you don't know who I am. Why do you care what what's going on in my life? You know, but I care what's going on in your life. That's why I say in many of my videos, you know, comment, tell me something. I'll respond. I think if you look through all my videos, you'll see that every person that's ever written something to me, I respond, because I feel like you took the time. If you took the time to write something under my video, that means you took the time to watch it. Even if you didn't watch the whole thing, something that I said or something that I sang probably, you know, compelled you to write something. And so I'm going to respond. Because you took time out of your life to acknowledge me, I'm going to acknowledge you back. That's what we should be doing in this world. I feel like the world would be a way better place if we just acknowledged and respected each other more and better, you know? Like, I feel like a lot of these dudes or women, a lot of these people who perform massacres and things like that, they're looking for attention. Most of these people who create these acts, if we really pay attention, they say these people are mentally disturbed or this or that and whatnot, in which, yes, they are, but they're mentally disturbed because they're lonely. You know, if you look and pay attention to, you know, the kind of life that they lived or are living, pay attention to where they're from, pay attention to their background, you know, a lot of these people are people who experienced excessive bullying, and that doesn't necessarily have to be at school. That could be at home, you know. That's what abuse is from a lot of parents, you know, bullying. And so I guess subconsciously that's why I do these videos too. I get excited when somebody responds and says something on the videos, because I get to respond back, you know. It's a great way to show, you know, human love, you know, by just taking the time to say thank you for saying something. You know, let's be cool, you know. I met a phenomenal artist on here, actually. Ari, she came across one of my videos where I was speaking about, you know, artists supporting artists, and she sent me a message on Facebook, actually, and it was a long message, and I was like, I'm responding back. She wrote a beautiful message, and then we had a back and forth, and we connected via social media. I realized that she is a phenomenal graphic artist, and I commissioned her to create this beautiful work, a drawing of me with my mustache and with my crown that I absolutely love, and I want to do more with it. I actually wanted to make it a part of my YouTube channel. I wanted it really for my as part of my my brand as an artist, which is why I've been back and forth about whether or not I want to include it on YouTube. But either way, the point is, if it wasn't for me posting this video, I never would have met her, because I'd been looking for someone to create something for me for some time, and I was never happy with anything else that I'd come across. But her work is just out of this world phenomenal. I don't know how to do it. Somewhere on the screen, I'm gonna put her, I should probably ask her permission first. Well, what I'll do is I'll put her IG in the in my description box, so that, you know, if you're interested, you know, hit her up, commission some work. So the camera stopped on me suddenly because I've been recording nonstop. What I was saying, I'll put her IG in my description box. You know, follow her, you know, commission her. She's absolutely amazing. And I do plan to ask her to do more work for me, because I I have an idea, I have a plan as an artist for my next album and such. But yeah. It's so strange. It's like, I've said many a time that I don't necessarily want to be a YouTuber, but I understand the concept of creating content to make some money so that you can finance your art, you know? Although I've got a long ways to go. I'm at, I think, 172 subscribers, and I think you need at least 1,000 subscribers now. You know, before you only needed like 100, I think. And then that whole, what's his name, Jake Paul or whatever his name is, thing happened, and they changed everything. Or maybe it was the two weren't even connected. I don't know. Either way, the point is YouTube changed their qualifications, and so you needed now 1,000 followers, and I forgot how many hours of view time, but yeah, I'm trying, you know. I think that's part of the reason why I'm not as consistent with videos as well. It's hard to make time to sit and do these videos when you don't have time. And I think it's different if you're someone who has like a regular full-time job. You at least know that you're gonna go be in some office or whatever from 9 to 5. And then your free time, after you've, you know, run your errands, paid your bills, whatever, is your time to do what you want to do for YouTube, which is how I think Bloveslife did it. But for me and most other artists, it's a little different because we're usually working part-time / survival jobs. And most of the time we're working, even if it's a full-time job, we're working a full-time job and a part-time job, or doing whatever other little side hustles in order to make enough money to just pay our rent. And hopefully still have time to be creative, you know? And so in my case, I do mostly part-time gigs to make money, to make enough to pay my rent and to have something to eat. And I've made a lot of sacrifices. Like, I gave up my car. I don't go out because it's just more cost effective to stay in. I've been more what's the word? I've been more cautious. That's not the word I want to use, but it's the one that comes to mind now with food, you know. Sometimes I want to just go down the block and order from this really dope burger spot, but it's more cost effective for me to go a little further to the supermarket and purchase the ingredients to make, you know, a couple of burgers. You know, this weekend, as a matter of fact, the amount of money that I would have spent to buy, you know, say they have this really dope meal over there, where it's like you get a steak, some shrimp, and then your choice of starch, excuse me, whether it be fries or rice or mashed potatoes, excuse me. That would have been like, I think like $10.99 plus tax, 11 something. It was more cost effective for me to go to the supermarket and buy some chopped meat, some sauce, and some noodles, make some spaghetti. And that spaghetti lasted me 4 days, because I made it Saturday, I ate Saturday, I ate Sunday, I ate Monday, I ate Tuesday. You know, it becomes tiresome, and I had to be creative. You know, after the second day, I decided to experiment, and I started frying the spaghetti. Sounds crazy, but it makes a world of difference, trust me. And I have to be creative because out here in our kitchen, you know, we don't have a microwave, which is intentional on my cousin's part. But if the microwave was here, yes, I would absolutely use it. But as I'm going on my health, you know, journey, I've learned that the microwave is far from a good thing. So I don't mind that it's not here. I don't mind having to be more domestic in that sense. But yeah, I did splurge yesterday. I bought some pumpkin pie, because anyone who knows me knows I love pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie. Yeah, I just do. I don't care. But I'm gonna have to warm this tea up again. I'm definitely gonna have to warm it up again. Oh, it's not that bad. I know y'all are like, you drinking tea and eating fruit? Yes, I am. Get off my life. I really want to be a good influence. Like, I want to be rich. Like, I used to say, like, I don't want to be rich, I just want to be comfortable. I don't want to be famous, I just want to be creative. No, I want to be rich. I want to not worry about money. I want to own a house, have a car, and be content. I want to pay off my family's bills. And I want to be able to be of service to the world, you know? I'd probably adopt a few children because they deserve it, you know? I actually recently worked I forget exactly what the cause is called, what the organization is called, Neighborhood something with State Farm. And it was interesting because they have this whole thing where they create what do you call it, duffel bags for children in foster care. And I had never heard of this before. I didn't even know of this, but apparently when children are being transferred from one foster home to another, they're literally given a garbage bag to throw their things in, to throw their life into, in order to be taken to the next house, you know? And like, how demeaning and dehumanizing is that? You know? Me as an adult, I'd flip. So I can only imagine how that must affect the psyche of a child, you know? It broke my heart. I was so happy to be hired to help in that instance. Yeah. It was really cute too. They put, like, we'd have people or children, anyone could do it, like draw a picture on the duffel bag or write a message, whatever you chose. And then we'd let them fill the duffel bag with stuff, you know, like coloring book, crayons, blankets, teddy bears, toothbrush, and stuff like that. And, you know, just left, it was nice, you know. And the whole point is to give these duffel bags to the charity so that they can give the duffel bags to the children, so that they don't have to put their belongings into a garbage bag. Like, I almost want to cry thinking about that. How disgusting and terrible is that? I don't know if I'm doing this mukbang right. I'm like just talking randomly, which is what I normally do in my videos anyway. But I feel like that's what mukbangs are usually for. I mean, most other people who do mukbangs, I think, am I even saying it right? Mukbang, mukbang, I don't know. Forgive me. Let me know how to say it properly if you can. Most of the people who do the mukbangs, they seem to be like drama channels and things like that. I don't really care for drama channels personally. I don't care for the gossip and all that. You know, but that doesn't mean that if you're a drama channel that you're bad or anything like that. It's just not for me. I'm all about art. I want to see you singing. I want to see you acting. I want to see you doing poetry. That's what I want to see. I want to see you dancing. I'll watch that stuff, you know. I don't care who said what, did what, who hurt who. That ain't for me. The gossip, that's not for me. But, which is probably why I didn't really watch it too much in the beginning too. But yeah, which is probably why Beloved is so popular too, because she's not drama. She's just a person who loves to eat and can eat like nobody's business. Beloved, again, if you're watching, I doubt you're watching, but if you're watching, it's all love. You're super amazing. But yeah, I wonder if Beloved would let me do a video with her. My little 172 subscribers. I don't know. It'd be fun. I think we'd be fun together. I'm silly. She's silly. I think it'd be fun. I'll ask. The most you can do is say no or don't respond. I'll still watch it regardless. But yeah, I am going to go back to New York though. What are we in? August? In October, I was going to say next month. But I'm going for work. I'm not really making enough money here in LA as of yet. And I know I have secured money in New York. So I'm going to go out there, get some secured money, and then come back. I think what I'll do is actually get into Lyft when I'm out here. I was saying earlier, I realized I didn't finish. I have a very wanderlust spirit. That takes me to my next thought. I want to I think I really want to be a, it doesn't really make sense technically, but I'll explain. I want to be a tri-coastal entertainer. People ask me all the time, like, what do you want to do as a singer? And I always say I want to be a traveling artist. You know, I want to be in front of crowds. I want to sing. I want to feel that energy. I want to give back that energy. I want to just be nonstop, you know. Oh, excuse me. You know, like the likes of a Lenny Kravitz, a Tina Turner, you know, the Rolling Stones, you know. They're constantly on the road. That's what I want. But I think that's why I've always said, like, fame isn't that huge to me. But as I'm saying it, I'm realizing these people were able to go on these tremendous tours nonstop because they were famous. You know? So either way. But what I'm getting to is that I want to be able to bounce between coasts. Now, technically, Atlanta is on the East Coast. But the way my life is set up, things would be a lot easier if I stayed in Atlanta. Financially, I can build more money financially in Atlanta. And then I can come to LA for, you know, a month at a time or whatever to, you know, do more music and or acting. And then New York is obviously New York. My agent is in New York, so I still need to be accessible. And I feel like Georgia would actually be the most, would be the smartest choice, because it's essentially in between the two, in between New York and in between LA, you know? And so, and I have some things I have to take care of in Atlanta also. So it almost feels like I should be based there. I'm still going to try my hand here in LA for, you know, quite a bit more time. Before I make any sudden changes. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't made any official decisions. I'm definitely looking to be a traveling artist in that sense right now, you know. Be a tri-coastal actor. But basically, I feel like in Atlanta, I can build up enough money, whereas if my agent hits me up and says, you have an audition this day in New York, I can, like, pick up at a moment's notice and just go to New York, do this audition, and come back to Georgia, you know? Or if I'm in LA or whatever, vice versa, yada, 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 you know? But yeah. I definitely gotta warm up this tea again, though. I ain't wasting my tea. I'm fighting, y'all. I don't have that big appetite. Like a beloved appetite. That's as much as I've eaten. Well, I've eaten quite a bit, haven't I? I've eaten quite a bit of the, I was gonna say the salmon, of the cantaloupe. But this is why I'd love to, like, meet up with Love, because I love seafood, but I've actually never had the crabs that she eats, especially that oversized crab. I still feel like she'd put me to shame, though. But I fight through, you know. But yeah. I'm happy here, though, in case you're wondering. I'm happy in LA. I feel like I needed to do this. I needed to be away from New York. My whole life is in New York. And I was just too damn comfortable. Out here, I'm really having to, like, figure it out. And I needed that. There are a lot of things happening for me out here that never would have happened if I was still in New York. I could not get... I have a theater background. And then also, you know, I'm not built, you know, I'm a huskier dude, you know, but I'm working on it. I'm changing my eating habits. I'm about to get into working out. I've been speaking to a trainer. And my life's about to change, you know. Once I get sexified, you're gonna see me on all the silver screen. Let me stop. No, even if I had, you know, the 8-pack, 6-pack, whatever, I don't think I'd be that dude taking my shirt off, to be honest. I don't think so. Then again, I don't have the 8-pack, 6-pack, whatever, so we'll see. But the point is, in New York, I could not get anyone to give me a chance in film to save my life. The only acting opportunities I was getting on film were with friends who were shooting short films or whatever, or with anything my agent got me hooked on, got me a hookup on. But even so, with whatever my agent sent me on, they have to hire me. You know, my agent can just get me the audition. Here in LA, I haven't even been here a full month yet, but I've had more auditions and callbacks in film in this less than a month than I've had in like 2, 3, 4 years you know, in New York. Getting a theater audition is no issue for me out there because of my background. My resume is strong with theater and musical theater, but with film, not so much, you know. Excuse me. And I do believe that has a lot to do with how I look. My physicality, rather. Because there have been times where I've been called into auditions because of my my headshot. Now, in my headshot, it's not intentional. I don't know how it came out that way, but you know, like, I think it's just my face. Like, my face looks thinner than the rest of my body. You know, I think anyway. And so when people see me in person, it's kind of like, oh, no, he's not, you know, a big dude, but he's definitely not model-esque like my headshot would lead you to believe, because, you know, I could take a good picture now. You know, if you look at my Instagram, you know, my selfie game is on point. All right, period. But I think that's what works against me. I've had this conversation with my agent for sure, you know. And with casting directors, I had a casting director tell me before that she felt that I needed to, you know, bulk up and get shredded because of the type of face that I have and because of the complexion that I have. I would quickly and easily fit into that Shamar Moore, Boris Kodjoe world. Which makes sense, you know, the whole biracial thing. You know, I get it. You know, we're all lumped together. However, I remember I said, like, but they don't have, the career that they have is not the career I'm looking for. And she, without skipping a beat, said, but they have a career. And I was like, and I was like, you're right. You know, and so, yeah. That's part of the reason that I started looking into sorry, y'all. This floor is shaped a certain way. Like, it's weird. The chair just, it's too much to explain. I'm fine. That's the important thing. So that's how I started getting more health conscious. And then I actually had an issue where I've spoken about this before in other videos. I have a really bad case of acid reflux, and I almost lost my singing voice because of it. And so I had to look more into eating less acidic foods, which is how I came to love cantaloupe and watermelon and, you know, fruits and vegetables and things like that. I think I'm going to end this here because I'm pretty sure my memory card is about to run out. But if you've actually watched this whole video, you are badass. Point blank and the period. Period. If this is something that is of interest to you guys, please let me know. I'm more than willing to do more. I don't know that I have the finances to be as elaborate as a B-Love, you know. Hopefully one day I will be. But, you know, I can make it work. I can eat my fried plantains. I can do some eggs, you know. I can treat myself to some fried chicken once in a while, I guess, you know. I could, you know, I can make my own food, basically, is what I'm saying. I don't necessarily know that I'll spend money on outside food. Maybe I'll make it, maybe I'll do what I was saying. Maybe I'll actually do videos of me trying YouTubers' recipes, you know, like that dude Quang Tran or Tran Quan, something like that. Y'all know who I'm speaking of. Yeah, or whatever other YouTubers, you know, create food, you know, and just sort of do a 2-in-1. Create their food and do a mukbang. We'll see. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Please comment. Please like. Please subscribe. Please check out my music, Solomon the Artiste, Arbitrary Revolutionary Trophy. You can check it here on YouTube. I'll actually have a playlist put together, so I'll put that in my description as well, if you love 90s music. And yeah, I'm gonna end this here because this is definitely gonna cut off in a moment. So again, if you've watched this far, thank you so very much. Tell a friend about me, introduce them to me. I'd love to meet them. I'm so glad to have you here. And with that being said, God bless.